The Detroit Lions defense was ranked 29 to end the season, but for the most part, the beginning of the season, it was 32. They were in such a hole that it only moved up 3 spots after they went 8-2 down the stretch of the season. And we keep talking about defensive lineman and edge rusher. We talked about it in the NFL draft. The Detroit Lions decided not to take one. But I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out, why is everyone trying to send us an edge rusher? Why do they keep saying we need an edge rusher? And why, in the comment section, you guys are like, we have enough edge rushers. But in reality, we do not. We only have about 2 pure edge rushers on the team, with the addition of James Houston, who is going to fall under the linebacker category. But he was able to come alive and get 8.5 sacks in like 5 games. So James Houston is a big key to that. But we only have 2 pure pass rushers, which are Aiden Hutchinson and Romeo Okwara, who may or may not make the team come the end of training camp, right? So this article here, coming from Heavy, which also is referencing the Cody Benjamin article that I referenced a few days ago. I didn't even see this part, that he said that Yannick Ngakoue would be a good fit for the Detroit Lions. So let's look at what Benjamin had to say. This is from Heavy.com. Says, while playing NFL free agency matchmaker, Benjamin named the Lions the most logical destination for Ngakoue. He said that about Clowney or someone else we did the other day. Why not? Right? Detroit has been busy upgrading every level of its defense this offseason, but they still could use a pure pass rusher opposite Aiden Hutchinson, especially as they eye a legit playoff push, Benjamin wrote. Ngakoue's book has been written as a one-trick pony off the edge, but as a one-year flyer a la C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the big play upside is there. Now, when it comes to Yannick Ngakoue, he had a stellar 2022 NFL season. But here's something very unique about him that he's probably going to face coming into the 2023 season. Check this out. Drafted by Jacksonville in 2016, third-round pick, 69 overall. His 2022 season, he had 18 solo tackles, right? And half of those were sacks. He had 1 forced fumble. But here's something unique about Yannick. And I think I'm not sure why this is happening. I don't really know much about his history and why this is happening. But after playing for Jacksonville the first 4 seasons of his career, he has been on 5 different teams in 5 years: Jacksonville, Minnesota, Baltimore, Vegas, and Indianapolis. And he's probably going to be on his 6th team in 6 years. And wherever he goes, it's probably going to be a 1-year deal. Now, in 2022, Yannick had a base salary of $5 million and a roster bonus of $8 million, if I'm reading that correctly, for a total of $13 million in 2027. That was with the Indianapolis Colts, right? So now he is a free agent. Yannick is 28 years old. When it comes to, and if you look, and the reason that I said the Lions only have they have 2 pure pass rushers, and that's only Aiden and Romeo. We have other guys who can get sacks, but pure pass rusher is 2. Now, Yannick is not that great against the run, and that would be an issue. We had a problem stopping the run, but that's why we got Broderick Martin. That's why we got those guys. We got Josh Pascal. He should be healthy. Are we going to have Levi Onwuzurike? Will he even make the team? So here's the deal. I'm not opposed. You know I love me some edge rushers. I think they are game changers, game wreckers, right? And Yannick with 9.5 sacks for 2022 wouldn't be a bad pickup. It does kind of bother me a bit. He's been on 5 teams in 5 years after being steady in Jacksonville for the first 4 years in his career. I mean, Jacksonville counts as one of those teams, but basically 4 teams. He was on 4 teams in 4 years. So, but as a threat when it comes to the pass rushing game, it reminds me a lot, this situation, of Everson Griffin. When we traded for Everson Griffin chose to be a free agent in 2020. He signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Then he was traded to the Detroit Lions at the trade deadline in 2020. And I don't think he's played since. I'm not sure. But it reminds me of kind of that road, the Everson Griffin road, not with all the stuff that Everson has to deal with. But Yannick, coming off a 9.5 sack season. So him and Hutch got the same thing. My thing would be, what would he want in terms of money? We have quite a bit in cap space. We have enough to sign Yannick. It would probably be a 1-year deal, somewhere around, I'm guessing, maybe even $5 million. Maybe we sign him 1 year, $5 million. We still have a backup quarterback that we need to get. Now, the roster is currently full at this moment. There have been no cuts, so the 90-man roster is still there. But I'm hearing rumors that Brad Holmes may not be done in free agency, okay? As you know, I have a guy who knows a guy. So he may not be done in free agency, okay? So I personally don't think he's done. I think that right now this is the initial 90-man roster. We have OTAs beginning on Tuesday, and I don't think he's done. This is not the roster. Somebody that's not on this team now will be on this team come preseason, right? So Yannick Ngakoue, we need some pass rush. We do. We were, 18th in pass in getting to the quarterback in 2022. So I wouldn't mind as many pass rushers as possible. We got James Houston. We have Aiden Hutchinson. We have Romeo. You take those three out, we don't have any pure. James came on at the end of the season. No doubt he'll probably start this year. But he'll definitely, we won't wait till Thanksgiving to put him in. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I will take as many pass rushers as we can get. I think out of Yannick and Jadeveon, he would fit much better than Jadeveon Clowney. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Yannick Ngakoue, still a free agent right now. Would you consider signing him? How would you feel if the Detroit Lions brought him in? You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions. Don't forget, take care of each other as well.